So in this session, we will be talking about how to write content in the case studies. Most of you got a sense that how to solve the case study, how to put focus on the keywords. But many of you are still struggling how to write the content. So now you know what is background. Now you know what is issue. Now you know what is stakeholders. Now you know how to solve the case studies, how to go about multiple agencies or stakeholders. But how to write? People are trying to explain the things. Some people are confused how to put the things in point format. Okay. Some people are in the position that they are unable to write the case study in 15 minutes. They are writing essay kind of case studies. Okay, before we start the session, I want you, everyone, like whatever issue you are facing in the case study, so that I can address through this case study only. Okay, please speak. Those who cannot speak, please type. We have 5-7 minutes because case study won't be taking much of our time. Okay, so please speak one by one. I will be asking the like anyone if you want to volunteer, else I will be taking name. I think I should take name. Okay, so Shubham. Next, I will ask Vaishnavi. So be ready. Okay, he will type. Vaishnavi.
सॉरी सर मैं अभी बाहर से आई हूँ.
Okay, no issues. Yeah. I am asking like what issues are you facing in writing case studies? So think over it. Next, I will ask AK, then Shivani, then Zumana. Okay, AK. Shivani. Then I will ask PS, then Kavya P. Shivani. You guys don't have any problem, it seems.
Sir, can I share something which I am facing?
Your mic is causing a little bit disturbance, like someone. Okay, speak again, Pushpender, I guess, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I want to share something which I am facing in writing case study. Like
yes.
Content.
Yes, please.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, as we know that in answer, we have to write first introduction. Then, if question demand characteristic, then characteristic, if features and feature, then pros and cons, and we end up with the conclusion. But in case study, I don't know what to write first. That in previous session you tell us we have to go with the first background. Then you tell us about stakeholders. Then we have to conclude with conclusion as a ethical part. But I want to know that, sir, what to write first. That like in answers, as we write introduction, we have to write introduction in that also.
Yes, the background is introduction itself. Like if you can relate, if you can your problem is again how to write that I will discuss. Don't worry. Okay, in this session we are going to discuss this only. Okay, how to write introduction. Okay, so see, today I will be discussing one of the approaches. It's not like this is only approach, but you will be getting the idea how to proceed further. Okay, again I will start taking name. Shivani, you don't have any problem? Zumana? Difficult in putting content in answer, not getting flow in the writing. Okay, Zumana, I will be looking into it. Don't worry. So your problem is flow plus content. Flow I was missing. Content I had in my mind. Okay, fine, Zumana. Okay, Pakhi.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. वही structure करने में problem होती है मुझे.
Okay, so for you structure, fine. And Shubham has typed like I take more time in writing, and also in some cases like this, I'm not able to think of good approaches to solve problem. Shubham, time taking is not an issue once you solve a good number of case studies. Time consume by you will also reduce. Okay, it like improves with the practice. No need to worry. So I'm not able to think of good approaches to solve the problem. Don't you worry. Like I have taken this case study willfully because I know it seems simple, but it is not simple. But we will deal with it. Don't worry. Okay. So in this case, I have a particular approach. Like I will suggest how to open your minds. So don't you worry. Okay. Okay. Then Kavya P.
I have with conclusion part, sir.
Just 1 minute, Kavya. Prashant, Rishit, Osho. I will take your name. Yeah, Kavya. Only conclusion part?
Yes, sir. Like concluding for the individualistic perspective and for the societal problems perspective.
Okay, fine. Your question is nice. Okay. Prashant? No. Rishit? Sir, framing of content part and conclusion. Okay, both are being mentioned. Osho? Kavya, Reddy, Disha, Mohit, Kaushik, you are the next.
Sir, for me, I think till now, whatever case studies we have discussed is more in terms of the questions are more in terms of what do we do as government and policy wise. Now, the question that you've given today, it's more on the personal life as well. So I'm not really getting the grasp of this part, like how to handle this part of the case studies.
Okay, fine.
Personal life of the officers. And
Don't worry, I will let you know. Okay, this is not an issue at all. You will be able to solve it. Kavya, Reddy.
Yes, sir, writing the content writing, and especially in dilemmas and in point format, sir.
Dilemma, point format, nice questions again mentioned by you. Dilemma, point format, and content.
And sir,
content we are dealing. Yes. Yes, Kavya, speak.
Going in general, sir.
Means?
Means in the ethics case studies, especially this question.
I'm not getting your point.
Means
Like in
going
general?
in general, sir, like GS answer.
Okay. So how to differentiate ethics answer with other GS papers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is only in the content part we are going to deal with it. Okay, don't worry. So content part is nothing but GS3, how GS4 is different from other papers. So I remember once Rishit asked me the same question, that how to differentiate, and I told him they are all the same because I don't want it to put pressure on his mind, so that he end up being complex and all. Okay, so Rishit, today that of your question will be tackled. Don't worry. So Prashant had written ethical dilemma. Okay, so ethical dilemma, I will be sharing one PDF of Sahil sir. You will be able to get the point. Okay, like what are the ethical dilemma? So I'm just sharing, give me just 1 minute only. Okay, I will be sharing so that you can have a look. Okay, Sahil sir. So whichever you batch belongs, I'm sharing the PDF in every batch. So credit for the same goes to Sahil sir, not to me. I've shared it with every batch. So you must have got one in your respective channels on Telegram. Okay. So if someone has not got yet, just message me on Telegram. I've shared with everyone. Okay, fine. So I was at Kavya. Yeah. Next, I will ask Margi, PK, and Parnika. Yeah, Disha. Disha is not speaking. So Mohit has written. I am able to find backward stakeholders issues involved. The problem is in conclusion part and overall framing. Okay, that is the issue with the conclusion and format or the structure that we are dealing today only. Don't you worry. Okay, So don't expect me to write, tell you why this is a stakeholder or what is the background. Don't expect me in this session. I'm already telling you. Okay. So I won't be dealing with any issue that has been already dealt in basic sessions. I've already given you 7 videos. If you have watched those 7 videos, then this session is going to be the last session for the case studies. Then you are on your own. You can go for it. Fine. Margi.
Sir, a similar issue that has been mentioned, like mentioning ethical keywords to differentiate it, basically, that is the issue.
Okay. So did I share any ethical key terms with you guys? I think no. So let me copy that as well. So this session is all about, like, after this, I think you're 2, 3, 4, then MEWM. So the keywords are also there at your disposal. Okay. Nice. So, okay. Margi, and done. Parnika, you have written issues in conclusion, content to be written. Okay, Parnika, we are dealing today. Again, Disha and AK, if you want to say anything else, I will be moving forward.
Sir, I am facing a problem in content framing and also conclusion.
Fine. Content and conclusion already discussed. Anyone wants to speak anything? Shivani or anyone who was not able to type or write? I'm giving you just single minute, like 20:55. I'm going to start something else. Any one of you want to say anything? I hope you all have gone through the 2 PDF that has been shared by me, one keywords PDF that I have shared, and one ethical dilemmas PDF that I have shared. Ethical dilemmas PDF is with of Sir. Keywords was made by me only. Fine. Then move on. Then I go with the screen sharing. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, where I'm just having a look at the case study that we are doing presently. Okay, so I will be reading a loud case study so that it again become freshen up in your minds. Okay, I will be directing towards your mind towards the key terms. Then I will be solving it for you guys. It's a kind of lecture session where I will say that we are going to create one of the model answer for the case study that has come in the UPSC 2021 mains paper. Fine. So Pawan is an officer in state government for last 10 years. So always remember, this first line itself should trigger you that he is not a new officer. So he is already experienced. So when it comes, then you have 2 kind of issues that should pop up in your mind. If the officer is new, then certainly he has fresh blood. He wants to do something. He is not lackadaisical. Okay. It is a negative connotation for any human, since it is a individual based, as mentioned by one of the aspirants over here. So you have to keep this in your mind. When it comes to 10 years, it should tell you that, okay, this person is not only new, but young as well as experienced. So this gives a positive connotation. Both can be used depending upon the case studies demand. Fine. As a part of routine transfer, he was posted to another department. So it's a routine thing, nothing to be suspicious over here. He joined in a new office along with 5 other colleagues. Okay, so when he says that 5 other colleagues, it means new team. Okay, so when I say that it's a new team, I'm actually referring to it that, okay, fine, my old informal relations, my old informal things has been already broken up. I might not feel comfortable right now, or it might be a case that I have to be again participative. Okay, and I will ask everyone, please mute yourself. I should not hear any sound. The head of office was a senior officer conversant with the functioning of the office. Okay, so you have a kind of mentor over here, or person who knows how to the functioning office is going on. As a part of general inquiry, Pawan gathered that his senior officers carry the reputation of being difficult and insensitive person, having his own disturbed family life. Okay, so it is like, now you always note it down in your mind, these things you should have analyzed these points. It is saying that he is insensitive, reputation of being difficult. Now reputation of being difficult can have 2 connotations. We have to proceed further to know what it is. So difficult officer is someone who doesn't budge down, who is officer of rule book. Okay, fine. Now insensitive, it might be a case that he looks insensitive. So sometimes we are so much like in bureaucracy here, you can, in your mind, it should be stuck. Like I think everyone have studied about from rule based to role based. Which part of ethics deals with which current affairs?
Mission Karma Yogi.
Exactly, mission Karma Yogi. Okay, from rule to role based. So it might be that he's rule based officer. So it is like he is being difficult. Fine. Now insensitive. Okay, guys, please mute yourself once you speak. Okay, now it is saying that, okay, he is insensitive. So if you are, guys, please mute yourself. Insensitive, it might be a case that if you are rule based, suppose you seems to be insensitive, or you are bound by the rules to be the same, that army officers like during war are not given holidays. Okay, it might be case that one of the like, okay, let me check out. Guys, okay, Kavya asked. Kavya, please mute yourself.
Sir, it is Rohan.
Okay, okay, Rohan, please mute yourself. Okay, so please guys don't disturb because it breaks my flow. Initially, all seemed to go well. However, after some time, Pawan felt that senior officer was belittling him and belittling him at times unreasonable. Okay, so again, if you look at the word, it is a feeling. Okay, whatever suggestions given or views expressed by Pawan in the meetings were summarily rejected, and the senior officer would express displeasure in the presence of others. It became a pattern of boss style of functioning to show him in bad light, highlighting his shortcomings and humiliating publicly. Okay, so it might be case that his reasons are there and he is able to show people that yes, he is wrong, that it might be a wrong on part of the receiver, that is our Pawan. Fine. It became a pattern of boss style of functioning to show him in a bad light, humiliating publicly. It became apparent that though there are no serious work-related problems, shortcomings, the senior officer was always on one pretext or other would scold and shout at him. So now it is continuous phenomena. It might be a case that you have studied that work culture is the keyword here. is being affected. Organizational culture is being affected. Leadership style, because he's the senior, so he's the leader. Okay, to be questioned. Now, if you think these three terms, your mind should activate. Now you are thinking ethically. These terms, Rishit, you will not be using in GS the way I am telling you right now. So now it is about creating the content. Okay, these are the keywords I have to think about. Okay, can I relate some individual? Okay, I will tell you how in the upcoming part of the session. Now, the continuous harassment and public criticism of Pawan resulted in loss of confidence, self-esteem, and equanimity. Pawan realized that this relation with his senior are becoming more toxic. Due to this, he felt perpetually tense, anxious, and stressed. Sorry. Now, it is affecting individual. Okay. So now when last three words come in my mind, like tense, anxious, stressed, there's the buzzword, M word. Can anyone say what is M word? Buzzword for the present times, especially in the amid the
Mental
COVID.
health.
Exactly, Margi. Okay, it's mental health. So now people are saying, even if your health is not good, your mental health should be good. Even if you are sick, you cannot let your mind to be sick. Okay. Sick mind cannot cure unhealthy body, but healthy mind can cure unhealthy body. You become what you think. You can use these quotations in your answers. I'm just giving you flow that how it is coming in my mind. Believe me, I have not read even the case studies. I have just given to you guys. So it might be a case that we might relate some points, we might not relate some points. Okay, when it will be in discussion, the session will be in discussion mode, we will think about it, how to go about it. His mind was occupied with the negativity and caused him mental torture. See, mental health is there now, anguish and agony. Eventually, it badly affected his personal and family life. Now, listen, it's a chicken egg relationship or circular relationship. His senior's family life was disturbed. His behavior was disturbed. Here, his individual life or his professional life got disturbed. His personal life is being disturbed. So can you relate that how these two are forming issues? Now, I use two words, personal life, professional life. Rashid, again, these are the keywords of ethics, not of your GS. If you are mentioning the same, your answer is ethics wise. Okay. Now, you will find some quotation, especially of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, how to balance personal life, professional life. Okay. Some scientists, you will find it. Think over it. Simon Sinek is there. I have asked you guys to watch Simon Sinek video, only 1.5 minute video or 2 minutes video, not more than that. Chalo, now moving further. He was no longer joyous, happy and contented even at home. He is not happy at all. Rather, without any reason, he would lose his temper with his wife. Personal life is being affected. And other family members. The family environment was no longer present and congenial. His wife, who was always supported to him, also became a victim of his negativity and hostile behavior. Now, pictures are clear in front of you that we were talking about mental health and all. Due to harassment and humiliation, suffering by him in office, comfort and happiness virtually vanished from his life. Okay, so it is kind of proven fact when your professional life is being influenced, your personal life will be influenced. So you must have heard sometimes in your family or sometimes your parents talking about to your relatives, you should leave your head off of your office at your office, come home with a happy smile, but it is not possible at all. Thus, it damaged his physical and mental health. Now the keyword has been used by the case itself. Now, if you look at the case study, you will find, I will directly write the background, okay, or the introduction. The case study lays down the importance of or shows the importance of mental health. Okay. If not this, you can mention the case study brings out the significance of balancing professional and personal life, or influence of professional and personal life on each other. 3 kinds of intros I have just given you right now. Okay, then you can start with the background. In background, in pointer format, Kavya, coming to your point, like background, I will just write background. Pawan moved to new office, new team, unpleasant relationship with boss, senior, whatever you want to write, influencing his personal life. Okay, you cannot write fucked up, but yes, it is being fine. So now his wife who was also separated. Okay. So all this background, only this stakeholders, office, personal life, you can mention, or in office, senior, colleagues, at home or personal life, wife, children, other family members. Okay, society. Fine. Now stakeholders are done, issues are done. Okay, now we have to deal with the question. Now again, UPSC has gone back to the 2016-17 kind of case studies where it used to ask questions, 4 or 5 questions. So when it is 4 or 5 questions and you have how many marks? 20, I guess. So it becomes 5 marks per question. Okay, it might be because any question might be having 2 marks only, then next one 7 marks or something. That can be understood from the. Now, what are the options available with Pawan to cope up with the situation? I will ask you guys to intervene. Can we write this case study in paragraph format right now? Kavya?
No, sir.
Fine. Now, the question how to go with the flow. Whenever you have the parts, then you are easiest to go with the flow. Answer part wise question. Okay. Make this heading. Options available with Pawan. This is the heading of your first part. Now you should write pointers. Now, remember, it is asking about the options. Just a minute. भैया आइए, इसे ले लीजिए. ठीक.
आज एक सब्जी बनाएंगे, पहली बार बनाएंगे आपके लिए.
ठीक.
मतलब मसरूम.
Now, what approach Pawan should adopt for bringing peace? Okay, I'm not discussing question. I will be discussing. Don't worry. So here it is asking only options. Don't try to explain the options that what he will choose. We will think over it. Right now it has not been asked. It is 5 marks. You have to write at least 3 options. And if you have only 3 options, write 1 or 2 lines max. Don't try to show that I will be choosing this option. Suppose I say, don't do anything. Even this is an option. Time will pass. Time is the best medicine. His senior will understand with the time. It might be a case. It is also an option. Being passive at the times. Let the time go. Go with the flow. Okay. In ethics, even this is an option. So I will not say that I will choose option or I will not choose the option, but I will certainly explain what is the go with the flow option. Go with the flow. Again, quotations can be used by ethics and essay only. They cannot be used by GS papers. It means you. Okay. Paper will not be using the same. So Rishit, I hope now it is clear how it is different from the GS answers. Rishit, please speak up if you're getting the clarity.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Now, next question. I will be discussing the answers as well. Don't you worry. I'm just discussing how to think, how to approach, so that your content conclusion part should be over. Then we will, introduction conclusion part should be over. Then we will be thinking about the content only. Flow part should not be an issue with you. What approach should adopt for bringing peace, tranquility, cognitive environment in office and home? Now, if you look at the B part, it is asking which option of the above should Pawan choose? Am I correct? Any questions, queries till now? I'll say yes or no, coach, so that I can move forward. Okay, there is something chat box. No. Okay. Fine. Then, as an outsider, what are your suggestions for both boss and subordinate to overcome this situation for improving work performance, mental and emotional hygiene? Okay. Now, as an outsider, I have deliberately are you part of society if you are looking from the perspective? Yes or no? At least type or speak. Does C part ask about the societal perspective?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So that's why I always say never forget your stakeholders. If you don't want to write in the corner of the examination. Sometimes people say, sir, I don't want to feel that every time I write stakeholders in the every question. I say perfectly fine to me. Don't worry. Write on question paper. Don't write in answer copy. Okay. Now I will be talking about the content. Don't worry. I hope questions are clear. In the above scenario, what type of training would you suggest for officers at various levels in the government offices? Now, training. Here you should be aware of recent steps taken by government or any private agencies. Okay. So as I said, that mental health is a buzzword. So when you will be reading about same in any newspaper, any magazine, you generally ignore mental health. I know that it is talking about mind health. Like what about any why NGOs are working in this direction? Why corporates are tying up with NGOs? Why these like poem shows, okay, comedy clubs are being organized within office? Why sometimes team building activities are done where we just pass ball to each other, like blindfolded, we are passing ball to each other? You have to think like this. You have to mention these training styles only. You will not come up with some new training style. I've given you 3 right now while discussing. Now, before I move how to write, I've already made you to write introduction. Now we'll be going to solving this case study. Any question, query till now, else we will be dealing with case study only, that how to write or how I would have attempted. Then we can go to the discussion mode. Sir, I thought this, I did this. Fine. Any question, queries? A quick yes or no in chat box.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Zumana, are you there? At least type something. Okay, fine. What are the options available to the Pawan to cope up with that situation? First option, I've already told you, go with the flow. Time is the best medicine. So what I would have written, heading, options available to the Pawan. First, go with the flow. I will put that in underline or box. Then I will explain. As thinkers of, there is a famous, I say, adage or quotation, time is the best medicine. Sometimes you just have to give the time. It might be a case that personal life of senior gets sorted out and he starts behaving normally. Sometimes people in position or say people struggling with mental health, just like his senior, needs time. So Pawan should go with the flow. Okay. Once senior life becomes sorted out, then Pawan's life will also become sorted. Fine. Second option, Pawan will leave the job. New job, I don't have any problem. I don't want to work in toxic culture. I will have a new job. I have 10 years of experience and young blood. Any department will take me. Third, I don't care about the others. Okay. This is the context I'm talking about. Don't write it in this way. Third, I will get myself good. I can feel that I'm abusing my wife. I can feel that I'm hitting my wife. I can feel my family member are tense because of me. So it's my duty towards family member. Okay, that approach. Leave your head out of your office at your office only. Come home with a smiling face. Now what he will do, he will go to the counselor if required. He will take therapy sessions. No issues. He will talk to colleagues that I'm facing this issue. He will talk with family members. It might be a case that he's not talking to family members as well. So can you, Kavya, can you relate how I'm mentioning the pointers?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. It's a step-by-step process only. So this option is also available to him. Now, another option that he talked to his other superiors. So it's not like the only one superior should be there, or there is no grievance redressal authority in your organization apart from your senior. There are multiple authorities. So you can request them. Third option, sorry, fifth option. I will go to Goa. I will go to Himalayas. I will go for bungee jumping. I will read book. I will go nowhere. I will watch Netflix. It means taking a break from professional life so that personal life can be sorted. Then intervene in professional life and think about it, how professional life can be sorted out. Does this example suits you guys that it can be one of the best approaches? Yes or no? A quick in chat box.
Yes, sir.
Or anything better coming in your mind? I'm open to any suggestion.
Sir, can't talking with the senior in a private atmosphere also be an option? Maybe they could talk in a better way.
So again, for that, you should be in your normal position, na?
Right, sir.
That's why I said this. So that will be the part of my answer only. Okay. But for the time being, what is my issue? I will sort it out myself. First of all, I should be back to my normal. Okay. So you must have seen in the movies that people, before taking tough decisions, they get sorted it out. It might be a case that he will take his senior to the counseling sessions after going through the same. Okay. So does these 4 or 5 options seems that you will be getting 5, 6 marks or 7 marks from this part only? Fine. Now coming to the second option. As I told in earlier, you don't have to explain, but I have explained that was the part of second part, or answer of second part. What approach one should adapt for bringing peace, tranquility, communal environment in office and home? First, he should attain that peace and tranquility. Take a break, go on a holiday. My fifth option. Then what I will do, when I'm talking about the break and all, earlier I have used all the keywords, you have noticed. But what kind of keywords here we need? Anyone? The keywords that is needed for the break, or I'll say dealing with the mental issues, which shows ethics and all.
Sir, attitude change.
Very good, Margi. Very good. What about others? Speak. I want this answer from you guys.
So using
Emotional intelligence.
One by one. Emotional intelligence, who was it?
Shivani and Kavya both speak
Okay.
emotionally.
Fine. And more. Think. You guys are on right track. Compassion.
Management,
Sorry, Panki.
self-management,
Empathy.
Okay. Now I will speak again my favorite thinker, Goldman. Which 4 skills? A 10 rupee Paytm from my side. Whoever says 4 skills correctly.
Self-regulation, social skills,
self-awareness,
empathy.
self-management,
Arey, one by
social
one. I
awareness.
cannot Paytm to everyone, na? One by one. Kavya was the first one to speak. Yes, Kavya.
Self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills, empathy.
No. You missed 10 rupees. Next. Who was it? Self-management, self-awareness, social skills, and awareness. Okay, social awareness. So, Rishit, send me your QR code. You will be getting the same. Okay, congratulations. So, yes, okay, mental hygiene. Mental hygiene is something that you don't go in toxic places or impure places mentally. That's why a break. I will go in nirvana. I will mediate. Okay. Hygiene is something which is related to cleanliness, purity. Am I clear, Rishit?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah, rejuvenate, another keyword used by Prashant. Perfectly fine. You guys are giving the answer. I'm no one to give the answer. Na? I will be using these keywords. Don't worry, I will tell how to write. Now, I want you guys to generate the content. We still have keywords, I guess.
Emotional maturity.
Motivation, morale. No?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, within attitude, what is sister word of attitude?
Aptitude.
Aptitude.
Exactly. So always remember, in ethics, every word has a sister word or opposite word. So triplets should come in your mind whenever you're thinking about any word. So that if one word comes, second and third should also come in your mind. So you have to train your mind like this. Fine. Following conscience. Yes. Conscience, consciousness, both can be used, though are different. Okay. Now, if I talk about team spirit, isn't it ethical word? Esprit de corps, if you have read, ESPIRITDEDCORPS, esprit de corps. Kavya, could you explain your batchmates? What is it?
Yes, sir, it's maintaining friendly relationships or with colleagues or team spirit.
Yeah. So don't you think these should be used in this answer? Like, I think we have dealt around 9-10 words. Has anyone written the same? Can tell me like how many words I have spoken so far for this part only?
Yes, sir.
How many words?
Sir, attitude change, self-management, rejuvenate.
Count number only, na?
Sure.
Around 10, 12.
10 to 11.
Okay. So I think these words can generate enough content for the B part as well.
Yes, sir.
Who was the person that who had the problem? How to deal with this kind of case study?
Sir, I think I said Osho.
Osho. So Osho, do you still have same question in your mind?
No, I have more clarity on this here.
Fine. Okay. I will dictate the answer as well from my side. Don't you worry. Now, third part. Because both the answer will be in the flow, and through that flow will be established. So flow issue will be dealt as well. So I will be dealing with the content, how to generate content for this. As an outsider, what are your suggestions for the boss and subordinate to overcome this situation for improving the work performance, mental and emotional hygiene? Now, if you look, work performance will be measured by organization. Your senior doesn't matter. Your junior doesn't matter. You both, or say you all, are for work performance, which will be measured by organization as a whole. Okay. So as an outsider, you have to think about organization. Mental and emotional hygiene. I think I've already dealt it. Mental and emotional, just play of words, same content only. Impurity, purity. So when you're using these things, impurity, purity, cleanliness in mind, pure thoughts, productive thoughts, constructive thoughts, you have attained the position of mental and emotional hygiene. Fine. Virtuous behavior, yes, Shant. Dharmaraj, Yudhishthir, you need to be. Okay. So I have both the questions are clear. Any question or query still now? Else I will be discussing how to write both B and C together. Then we will move to D part. Any questions or queries? Type yes or no. Guys, mute yourself if you don't want to speak. Okay, so most of the okay, fine. Now, second part. What approach one should adopt for bringing peace, tranquility? I will divide this question in 3 phases. Okay, that I will mention in the answer. So my heading will be to bring peace, tranquility, and cognitive environment in office and home, one should adopt. Okay, either whole line I will type, all I will type, oh, sorry, not type, I will write, one should adopt following phases. Phase 1, semicolons, I will write over there. To bring peace, tranquility in his personal life, as I said. Now, how to attain the same? I will be first, Pawan should go on a break. Second, in the break, he should be spending more time with family and the work which provides him positive vibe, positive energy. Now, positive vibe and positive energy is a part of ethics. Okay. After observing some days, if he feels that he needs to be taken to mental health expert, he should not think about it. He should discuss it with family members so that family members support him in his decision. Go to the doctor. Phase 1 completed. Phase 2, I will write in a small, after attaining mental peace, hygiene, whatever I want to write. Fine. Now, what Pawan will do? I'm back. I'm normal. Discuss with other colleagues. Are they facing the same issue? It might be because the other people are also depressed. Now, based on the opinions, facts. He should discuss the matter with other seniors and the grievance redressal mechanism of the organization. Third, simultaneously, Pawan should activate informal relation or informal channel of talks with his toxic senior. Don't write toxic senior. I'm telling you to explain the same. Okay. Where he should understand what is going on in his personal life. What kind of help organization and the colleagues can provide to him. Then, third phase, action part starts. On the basis of above, Pawan should adopt following. If a mental health expert in the office can be hired and conduct regular sessions with the colleagues. Second, take the senior, because now we have the rapport by having informal relation, to the mental health expert. If third, to intervene through organizational means in his personal life. Sometimes it might be a case that people need off. Okay, give him off. Sometimes people need financial help from the office. Give him, arrange a loan for him. Fine. All the three phases are clear to you guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What about others? Type yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you. Now, here comes your role. As an outsider, what are your suggestions for both boss and subordinate to overcome this situation and for improving the work performance? Now, to improve work performance, can anyone suggest me here what you have thought or what is in your mind? Again, I want your answer from your side. Then I will go give mine.
So two-way communication
Nice, Kavya.
and control through coordination
Kavya,
or
explain,
participation.
Kavya, explain 360-degree feedback to your batchmates.
It's about asking the performance of his from his involving stakeholders from various levels or his life.
So 360-degree feedback is a type of appraisal where your appraisal is subject to feedback of your seniors, your juniors, your colleague, your customers, your family members. Fine. Everyone is able to relate how to improve the work performance?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes,
when,
sir.
when Pawan is giving 360-degree feedback to his senior, it is good. When his senior is giving 360-degree feedback to his Pawan, that is good. Now they know that, okay, I have feeling of like I'm facing this issue. People are bringing it out. So now it ensures two-way communication. So reason for asking the Kavya and again, just to let you all know that she is a student of public administration and these are the things. Okay. So Zumana have written self-control and focus more on work. Now,
So
I
can
will
we add
not.
transformational leadership?
Yes, don't you worry. I am coming to all the terms of that part of our course. Don't worry. Okay. So, Zumana, I will not be agreeing to you. Self-control and focus more on work. This is the thing people do and avoid mental health as a concept, which has been criticized by United Nations and other mental health experts. They say work is not everything. Your mental health is everything.
Sir, can you repeat it?
They say work is not everything, your mental health is everything.
Before
I said that I don't agree to Zumana, what she have written in the chat box, because focus more on work, it means you are avoiding, you are undermining mental health. You are ridiculing it. That you focus on work, it will be solved. Zumana, is it clear to you? Vaishnavi, to you as well?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Vaishnavi.
Sir, I have a point here. Like in our practical life also, we do like if we are working in a group or doing any project in a group, and some like a similar activity happens, then like some people prefer to self-control and more focus on work, more focus on objective of the group.
Suppressing disease is not solution of disease. You have to do the treatment of disease. Mental health is a disease as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sir.
So you can mention these things. Suppose if the question had asked like which option you will choose and why. So I must have to negate that why I'm not choosing go with the flow option. Go with the flow option is nothing but just this thing only, focus more on work. Your senior will improve with the time.
Got it, sir.
Are we even clear to this? Because very nice point brought out by Zumana over here. Clear with this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you guys should speak now. Like I am, as if I'm talking to blank screens. Already most of the cameras are off, so I don't have a problem with that. But keep speaking or typing. No, I should not teach to screen only. I have bad habit this. Okay, moving further. As an outsider, what are your suggestions for both boss and subordinate to overcome this situation for improving the work performance? So work performance, we have talked about it. Okay, mental and emotional hygiene. So see, mental and emotional hygiene, how we can improve. Now, she has just mentioned point like transformational leadership and transactional leadership. You all have must studied. Can anyone explain apart from Kavya Reddy? Transformational leadership and transactional leadership.
So sounds like transactional would be more just related to the work and the business point of view. It will be leading just from that perspective, whoever is the leader.
No. I will ask to Google it out and explain me. Apart from Kavya, anyone can explain. Just Google it out. I will give just one example. Mahatma Gandhi has transformational leadership.
More proactive and able to influence and influence a lot of people.
So for transactional, it's only of supervision and all that work. For transformational, the leader work within the fellow mates.
Fine. So Modi ji and Mahatma Gandhi ji, transformational or transactional?
Transformational.
Suppose any colleague of yours, transactional or transformational? Generally transactional.
Transactional, yeah.
Little bit of influence only. So thank you, Rishit. He was able to get the correct point. Kavya, you want to add something?
Some motivation also through transformational.
Yeah, fine. Motivation and morale. Fine. So as I say, always comes in the sister. In ethics, terms come with the sister words. Motivation, morale will always come together. Okay, morale is a group thing. Motivation is individual thing. Now, going back to our questions, that as an outsider, what are your suggestions for both boss and subordinate? Suggestion to boss. Since he is the boss, introduce 360 feedback. Second, more team meetings. Third, creating informal channels within organizations. Informal, most of you have informal relation with me. Most of you, I guess, irrespective of Shikhar say being mentor or something, most of you have. My teaching style is also very informal. My call style is also very informal. So such kind of relationship carries forward nudge. Again, ethical term I am using, I am not giving gyan. Okay, what is nudge? Unwillingly you are trying to cooperate with me. Unintentionally you are trying to follow my advice, especially the mentees with Shikhar sir. They don't have anything to do with me, but unintentionally they are me. Okay. Now, another point. Now, every point I'm giving, please relate it to other work performance or mental health so that it remains in relation with question. Am I clear? Will you be able to relate or shall I do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Margi said first yes. So Margi, relate one of the point with the work performance, no, not 360-degree feedback. Anyone with mental or emotional hygiene? The last point or last point.
Sir, the team meetings and informal channels that you said will be in the mental and emotional hygiene only.
Fine. Okay, so unwillingly, if as an outsider, you suggest that have some informal meetings, go on outing, play some cricket match. Okay, so it helps. Now to the subordinates. They cannot organize informal meetings because that is the prerogative of the senior. Who the hell are they to organize a meeting when if senior is not ready? But can they ensure if the boss birthday come or if anyone's birthday come, they can create informal meeting outside the organizational agenda? Can they?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Fine. Now, what is the keyword over here? Empathy, compassion. His messed up personal life. It might be a case that he has spent 10-15 birthday without even cutting a cake. Let's organize a cake cut ceremony for him. It might be a case that he gets emotional. You have to touch people emotionally. And you have every reason to touch them emotionally. Fine. What else can they do? Colorful work environment. Some chats, motivational quotes. A new kind of relationship amongst the colleagues. Sometimes don't involve boss, among the colleagues itself. Going for lunch, yes. Okay.
So shout outs and appreciation among the peers, like.
No, yes, you are bringing these things. No, I'm not doing that. Perfectly fine for me. I just gave an idea. So I guess 2-3 points here as well, more than enough, because again we have to write and explain the same. And if any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Fine. Let's come to the last question and the very easiest question. Again, a pointer format. Kavya, in the above scenario, what type of training would you suggest for officers at various levels in the government offices? Now, a very funny incident I will be sharing to all of you. One of my friend is IPS. Okay. So he got selected in 2016. So he was dealing with one of the situations of riot-like situation. So it was like police chowki sipahi, that is havaldars, constables, who were dealing with the protest or say riot like situation. Okay, they started hurling sticks, lathi charge. So he was like, how can they lathi charge? They were protesting and it became riot like situation because of two factions. And this could have been sorted out without lathi charge. So he was kind of giving Gita Gyan and all. So one of experienced sub-inspector who was promoted to sub-inspector level from the constable, he said, sir, we are constables. We have been trained like this to do lathi charge. We are not trained for the ethical lectures and we will not understand. It is up to your officer levels. So he discussed this with me and he was again sitting for the interview in 2020 along with me in the last attempt office as well. So he was like, okay, fine. So we were like, okay. So what it means, it gives this situation gives answer to this question. Code of ethics will work for top level of government officers. They will be able to understand. Their intellect is at that level. But what for the very bottom level, we need code of conduct so that their maneuverability, their options to do anything are limited. They have either option to lathi charge or not to lathi charge. So it was the situation, there only constables were present. So lathi charge was the only option. Had it been the senior officer, it would have been the different case. People must have thought about it like, oh, senior officer is there asking us to come for the talks. This is one of the reasons why Kisan protests were not violent for the time being. It was violent for a day or two during that parade, but in general, when they were sitting for the protest site, it was not, because they were constantly exchange of functionaries from Kisan Andolan side and the police side. They used to say, you must have seen a video that IPS officer telling that I too belong from a Kisan family, I too belong from a farmer family. Okay, I will come whenever you talk. So it was once he was there for a while, then Kisans were there at his office. So very informal and personal kind of touch up. Though they were protesting, they were saying, you are doing your duty, son, don't worry. We won't do anything. We are just sitting over here. So this is good sign. These things you could have mentioned in this answer had you written this CA mains. So writing mains is not about only the examples, the real life examples like this. People will be able to understand, will be able to relate as well. So broad framework, top level code of ethics, bottom level code of conduct, in between mixture of both. Am I clear with this guideline? Any question, any queries till now? Quick yes or no in chat box.
Sir, code of conduct and ethics is like policy formulation or structuring, right? How can it be included in training?
I'll tell you. Don't worry. I've just given you an example, broad outline, not answer of this question.
Okay, okay, sir.
I'm not given answer. Fine. Now, what type of training would you suggest for the officers at various levels in the government offices? First, training should be sensitive training. Sensitive training where you bond with each other. Okay. Here, sometimes you should allow intermingling of different kind of officers in formal training setups. At top level, during training, you can teach more about code of ethics. Okay, pedagogy sessions, role play sessions, scenario based sessions, how you react. Case study is something how we react in the examination. Everyone has different personality to react. Fine. First part. Medium level, they should be trained in both. At the lower level, they should be made aware about more and more rules so that they can understand their limited power. Suppose you have understood only one training program, that how to do lathi charge. Fine. But at the same time, you should have taken that class seriously as well. When to do lathi charge? What are the criterions of lathi charge? And if no senior officer is present, what to do in that case? How to follow a hierarchy? Again, mission karma yogi, rule to role based. You should understand your role. What kind of training? So I have explained pedagogy method, role play method, scenario planning method, different levels of training. Okay, now team building activities. Okay, mental health related training, sensitive training will be a part of that. All the things that I have mentioned during discussion of NGO and all should be part of this answer. Any questions, any queries? Now we have solved the case studies. Then I will discuss conclusion only. A quick yes or no?
Sir, in this type of question, should we also add things like the officer should be like incentivized for completing trainings, and how do we make sure that people are doing the trainings? Is that also important? Just we mentioned the trainings.
Does it has asked?
It has not, but yeah, I'm just asking, like, would it be
in conclusion?
Yeah,
we can mention, but not in this part.
So conclusion should be on separate or in the fourth option.
Sorry.
Conclusion here for this question, for this type of questions, conclusion should be the separate or in the D part itself.
I'll tell you. Generally, separate conclusion is preferred, not more than 2-3 lines.
Okay.
Self-regulation is skill training. Yes, you can mention Vaishnavi. Any word comes in your mind. If it makes sense, it can be mentioned. Okay. Okay, then how to conclude the questions? In the introduction, we have talked about mental health. In conclusion, we have to talk about it. Since last part is training, I will say we will talk about the continuous training and evaluation. The mentioned by one of the, I think Kavya mentioned just now. So how I would have concluded. The case study shows the need for constant training, not only on part of upskilling, reskilling, but also as a method to express penta feelings. You guys can search the word penta feelings, P-E-N-T-A, penta feelings. Fine. Training should be of continuous nature. Fine. Now you can mention again the Karmyogi mission, Karmyogi, or the recent training policies in the Labasna, where they are talking about mental health as well, is on right track. It should be replicated at different organizations in the government. Fine. Simple and sober conclusion, done and dusted. Now I'm done with the session. Any question, any queries, let me know. How to address flows, we have dealt. How to address content, we have dealt. How to conclusion, dealt. For dilemma, how to think about different words, I have shared the PDF. How to think about different keywords, I have shared the PDF. See those PDFs, you will be having some keywords, you will be looking at them. Most of the things should be sorted out. Fine. Any questions, any queries?
So just one last question. Also, they said so. Just one question from the again the third part, the outsider point of view. So in the stakeholders, we had mentioned society, right? So in this case, in the case study, there is no much I think written impact on society. But if there is, then as an outsider, are we still the society, or sometimes like does it depend on the case study? Like here, we are part of the society when we are giving the advice of as an outsider.
So it totally depends on case to case.
Okay, here also, but we added the stakeholder society as a stakeholder, right? But
yes,
while giving the advice, we were.
You are part of society. You are not since you are not part of system, you are outsider of the system, then you belong to society.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So one more point I got in this, just for your information, you can say as an outsider, you can provide feedbacks. Okay. Suppose someone comes into that office and he says that, oh, this person is not good. Feedback. You have generated a feedback loop. Feedback should be acted upon. Fine. Any question, any queries? I shall be stopping recording here. A quick yes or no.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No, sir.